Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! 17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan open. Chicago with the lead. Harper got a piece of it. It comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship.
Tying run at second, 2 out. Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it and to the middle at the 15, to the 20, breaks free to the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh! Touchdown!
Toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn and Maya in the morning on this House Music Monday, Bears Victory Monday edition. Woo-wee! I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to the show's page, go to Shawn and Maya in the morning, like that page as well. So now you'll be following both pages, not just Sports Zone Chicago, but also Shawn and Maya in the morning. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, come on, baby, let's go. Get with the program. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell right next to it. And that'll let you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. You get it? You got it? Good. Now, if you're watching us on our mobile app, come on, man. Please don't tell me you didn't know we had a mobile app. What is your problem? What the problem is? Come on, man. Go wherever you get your apps from. No matter where you get your apps from, whether it's iTunes or Google Play or Amazon or Walmart or Kmart or 7-Eleven or Zare or Zemsky or Macy's, Montgomery Ward's, Woolworth, Webolt's, Gold Blast, doesn't matter. You go there, you type in Sports Zone Chicago, you download it, you take us with you on the go. So not only do you get Shawn and Maya in the morning 3 days a week, not only do you get our other live shows throughout the week, not only are they archived there like they are on Facebook and YouTube, but I'll tell you what, we give you a slew, and I mean a slew of articles. Thanks to my man Clarence, Counsel the Third. Big up to Clarence for keeping you abreast of all articles Chicago sports related. I will. You know what? I will. All right, Steve-O. If you want to make a little flyer for that, we could do that too, Steve-O. Since they're both two local teams, we could do it. Now, if you're watching this on a Roku channel, yay. Come on, baby. Here we go. Sports Zone Chicago, we have our own Roku channel. So if you have a Roku television in the house, do us a favor. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel right to your TV. All right, right there. All right, put it there next to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, HBO Max. Oh, don't forget, cancel your HBO Max. All right? Hard Knocks is over. Cancel it. Disney Plus stars Power Book 2, the final season. Man, that was good as hell on Friday. Excellent. But I digress. Download Sports Zone Chicago's channel. Put it right there next to all the big boys, and you can watch us on the big screen. Hell, we're on the big screen, right, Vicky? Now, you can also tweet the show. You can tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI. At Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. You want to know what I did? Well, let me tell you what I did. I made it nice and easy for you folks. Nice and easy. One handle for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. All one handle at the Shawn Sierra. If you want to follow my lovely co-host Maya Kai, you can follow her on Facebook and Twitter at the Sports Chica. If you want to follow her on Instagram because you're an IG and you do it just for the gram, well, just follow her at Maya _Akai. It's MAYA_AKAI. Man, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or our mobile app, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up on the thread. We'll put it on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you, baby. So bring them all. Questions, comments, smart ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Man, let's see. Man, we got a great show for you. Man, 10 o'clock, my man Lauren Cox from the Locked On Bears podcast is going to join us. We have a lot to talk about today. Big Bears victory yesterday. It was a sweep. It was a Chicago sweep. Bears win, Sox win, Cubs win, Sky win. It would have been a perfect day if the Cubs had lost, but hey, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, I digress. Oh, man. Listen, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So let's check out the chat line, because the chat line is jumping already. Lord have mercy. Cornelius Squalls, what up? It's all sports owners in the house, baby. Yay. Lavette Lee in the house. Good morning, Mama. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Patty Lara, happy victory. House Music Monday to all. You know it. And you know this, man. Oh, man, we're going to have a great show. I am fired up. What else? Michelle Walls says, good morning on a House Music Monday and go Bears. Michelle, I thought of you when we had to do all those burpees this morning. I'm like, you son of a biscuit. On Bears Victory Monday, I got to do burpees. My man Armando Emeterio Lara Jr., my man Junior's in the house. Good morning, buddy. How you doing, big dog? Hope you're feeling better. Oh, snap. Jay Grizz in the house. Happy Victory Monday, Sports Zone family. Jay Grizz. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, him and Junior got this brotherhood going, talking football. And Jay Grizz, he writes, Armando, victory formation. Armando, yes, it is. Victory Chain Monday, baby. You see, I got my Bears Victory Chain, my House Music Monday shirt underneath it. But my Bears Victory Chain with the big medalla, or the big medalla is metal. Like, when you have a medal hanging on your chain, a medalla, that's what it is. A medallion. All right. But I'm a big medalla. I got my big Bears head on the victory chain. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, snap. King Book of World is in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And listen, I don't know a lot about a lot. Oh, but I do know this. My man from across the pond is checking in. Barlissimo is in the house. He writes center and right guard is still an issue. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about that a lot today. Davis and Bates played right guard yesterday. Neither one was effective as Matt Pryor in preseason at right guard. He says Matt Pryor could be the answer. Okay, we'll see. We'll talk about that. Barlissimo, thank you for tuning in from across the pond. Good afternoon, chap. And let's see what else. Anyone else? Oh, yeah. Bruja 7 is in the house. Happy Victory Monday, Bears Victory Monday, baby. You know it. You see it. You see the Bears victory chain right here. You see it. Stop playing. My man Luis Mejia. Buenos dias. Rise and grind, baby. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Michelle asked how many burpees. All right, so it was real quick, Michelle. We had 3 exercises. It was reverse lunge with kettlebells. We had ring rows. I did ring rolls. And then we had box step-ups. Those were the 3 exercises. We had to do it a set of 9, a set of 12, a set of 15, a set of 18, a set of 21. 9, 9, 9, then 12, 12, 12, 15, 15, 15, all the way up to 21. You have a 20-minute cap. Man, I got through 18, and I got through the set of 21 reverse lunges with the 1 kettlebell, and then the ring rows, and I stopped. I timed it just so the time ran out, so I didn't have to do the last set of burpees. Yes. It only would have been 75 burpees, so I ended up doing 54 burpees. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, man, we got tons. Charlie. Tons of stuff. Tons of people. Monica, how are you? I know it's Patty, but Theo, Shawn, bear down. I mean, Monica is right there. If Monica's right there, then that means Jeremiah is there. Good morning, Jeremiah. Good morning, Armandito. Can't wait to see you. See you soon, buddy. That'd be great. Aunt Mass is in the house. What's up, baby? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. J Grizz, FGB, your God blessed right. Yes. 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 Which song you talking about, King Booker World? King Booker World, right? Sing the song, Shawn. Sing the song. What song you talking about? I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Man, had a great CrossFit workout this morning. You could. Okay. Thank you, Steve-O. Oh, man. Let me tell you. Things are better when the Bears win. We're all in a good mood. Look at my previous chat. All right, sing this song. You're right. All right, I can't figure it out. You said sing the song. King Booker World. What do you say? Aunt Mass salute. Bellissimo salute. See, you're saluting people, and you're asking me to find it. I can't. Oh, okay. What about Bayless? Kick off in the sky. Can't track it. It's too high. Oh, King Booker World, stop it. This is hilarious. King Booker World writes, well, what beat? What track am I supposed to sing this to? He writes, kick off in the sky. Can't track it. It's too high. Take a look. He's really shook. It's Bayless. Fumbles. I can't catch anything. Take a look. The ball's by his foot. It's Bayless. Fumbles. I just need to know. But you got to let me know what song, what beat am I singing it to? What melody? Oh, that's crazy. But listen, I told you we got a great show with Lauren Cox. Man, we have a lot to talk. I'm fired up. Chicago sports was on fire yesterday. As I said, clean sweep. It would have been a perfect Sunday if the Cubs had lost, but all right, never mind. But they didn't, so. Oh, Jay Grizz, stop it. Stop it. Oh, man. Oh. Jay Grizz writes, it's Bayless Jones, y'all. Bayless Jones. All right, he said the theme is from the Reading Rainbow. The theme from Reading Rainbow is a melody. What's the Reading Rainbow? Now I gotta go see what Reading Rainbow is. The song. Reading Rainbow. What's this? Is funny. I gotta see this. Oh, okay. You got. You know what? I'll check it on the break, but I got the sponsors. Oh boy. I will listen to it on the break. Oh my God. Oh man. I can't catch anything. Oh, King Booker World, you are on fire this morning. That is awesome. Oh my goodness gracious, that is awesome. Hey, listen, I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. Whew. Well, you know what? Let's get it started. Cue up MC Hammer. Let's get it started. Oh, man, I remember MC Hammer was it, dude. Great cup of tea this morning as well. Man, I went all out. So here's what we're going to do. I agree with you. Aunt Massey says if you place the ball in Veda's hands, he's okay. Yes. Just no more returns. Exactly. But, guys, you know how we do the first segment of every show. It's called
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Yeah, baby. Let's see. What's the first one? What's going to be the first top of the morning topic? Oh, no, don't go there. First top of the morning topic. Let's see where we're going to go. Who knows? You know where we're going. Stop playing. It's the Bears, baby. The Bears in their season opener beat the Tennessee Titans 24-17 out on the lakefront. The lakefront was rocking. Caleb Williams was 14 for 29, 93 yards, a QBR of 22.2. DeAndre Swift, 10 carries, 30 yards. DJ Moore, 5 catches, 36 yards. TJ Edwards, 15 tackles. 15 tackles. Are you freaking kidding me? Tyreek Stevenson, 4 tackles, a pick 6. That's what I'm talking about, a pick 6. Jalen Johnson, he had 3 tackles with the other interception for the Bears. You see on the picture here, Jonathan Owens scored on a blocked punt. And, man, 2/3, 3 phases were in sync yesterday. The defense, after they had a slow start, and special teams. Okay. Listen, here's why. Here's why you listen to people who know the game. Okay? Here's why. Here's why. Okay? Let me get this off the screen. What did we talk about? Okay? Didn't we talk about it being difficult? It was talked about on a couple of shows. I talked about it with Nomad on his show. And he said, and he brought up a point saying that, which is a very valid point. He said, you know, you haven't seen a Shane Waldron offense with the Chicago personnel. So it's difficult. You can't really look at film. So we have an advantage. I said, but let's not forget. I said, Tennessee also has that same advantage because the Bears defense has not seen a Brian Callahan offense with this personnel. You can go back and look at Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, but you're not facing Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. Okay, you're facing Will Levis. So I said what's going to have to happen, the coaches are really going to have to earn their keep. You're going to have to see what they're doing. You're going to have to make adjustments on the fly because there's no film to watch to prepare. There's nothing on film. And so once they started, and you know, they got the best of us in the first half. All right, they know what they were able to exploit us. Then we made changes. Then the Bears coaching staff did a phenomenal job. What did we talk about a lot of times, years past? The lack of adjustments at halftime, huh? The lack of halftime adjustments was the biggest issue that most Bear fans had. right? So at this point, the Bears coaching staff, kudos to them. All right. I said it's going to take a minute, but once they see what they're doing, then we can adjust accordingly. The Bears adjusted accordingly. Matt Eberflus did a couple of things. Okay. One, he widened those ends. He had some wide 9 techniques. If you saw, defensive ends were really, really wide. Okay. And he also brought more pressure. Okay. He brought more pressure. Okay. So listen to your boy. Know what I'm talking about. Know what I'm talking about. All right. Got 45 football seasons in me. 30 playing, 15 coaching. Well, it's actually 16. 46 seasons. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh man, my band Plank is in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. But it was going to be a game of adjustments. Okay, it was a game of adjustments, and you had to figure out what they were doing. All right, we didn't know what they were going to do because of the lack of film. They got us. First half. Okay, good. Eberflus and his staff made adjustments. Game, set, match. Game, set, match. We'll talk more about that at the top of the hour. Okay? And I also want to say another thing, too. I think we'll finish this and then we'll go break. This is why I have a problem with people who don't know sports in giving their hot takes. Okay? I'm not going to name names. Pardon me. I'm not going to name names, but a prominent Chicago radio host went on a rant on Bill Belichick, here in Chicago. Went on a rant and said, "You're a phony, you're a fraud," talking to Bill Belichick. Right? And all because Bill Belichick said about Caleb, he wasn't impressed. Had some good plays, but he wasn't impressed. He said he was under 500 in the preseason. And he got mad. He got mad at Bill Belichick. Said, you hated the media before, and now, give me a job, basically, but now you're using it. But Bill Belichick's right. And then we had a local guy here who got a national gig. And he said pretty much the same thing. He called him out. Called out Bill Belichick because he was so adamant. This guy was so adamant about getting Caleb Williams. All right, remember? And Bill Belichick, I mean, why would you listen to a guy who's won 7 Super Bowls and it should have been 9? Why would you listen to him? A defensive stalwart. I mean, he won not 7 with the Patriots. We're not counting the 2 he won with the Giants. So why would you listen to him talk about quarterback play when that's all he's done his whole career is stop quarterbacks? So this guy, local guy gone national, gets on and literally calls him to the carpet, and then brings up his ability, the draft picks, the quarterbacks that Bill Belichick has drafted. Like, come on, man. These people, Bill Belichick is the greatest head football coach for a reason. He's the greatest for a reason. And everyone talks about Tom Brady and everything. And yes, he had Tom Brady. But let's be honest and let's keep it a buck. Tom Brady was not the reason they won the first few Super Bowls. It was the defense with Marvin Harrison, with Teddy Bruschi, okay, with Willie McGinnis. You know, King Booker, well, you're right. Like, who the hell does Bill Belichick think he is? Speaking on quarterbacks, he was only the defensive coordinator who stopped pretty much every superstar in the 80s, 90s, and the 10s. You know, you call people out, and this is why it's frustrating. This is why you need to know who to listen to, because they get hot takes, and everyone's like, oh, they went off of this guy went off on Belichick. That guy went off on Belichick. Ha, 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 did you see it? And they think it's funny. Somehow I don't see them, or I don't think they're going to make an apology, because Caleb struggled. All right, Caleb struggled. Okay, call it nerves, which is possible. Although Caleb said he doesn't get nervous, but I beg to differ. Plank says facts, Shawn, fact. But he missed Keenan Allen. Okay, and once, and Keenan Allen dropped the touchdown. I'm not going to. When I give you analysis, I'm going to give you an analysis. Doesn't matter if I like the guy, don't like the guy. I'm going to give you a proper an objective analysis. I'm going to give you like when I talk Cubs, I give you an objective analysis. I just talk shit about the Cubs. But I don't let my bias, my dislike for the Cubs affect my analysis when I give it to them. I know baseball. I can know good baseball. So Caleb was nervous, and Caleb missed some shots yesterday. And these are some of the same things that Bill Belichick talked about in what he saw with Caleb. And then you add on the fact that it's his first NFL game. Now, look, as cool as Caleb is, and I think he's a cool customer, he's a cool cat, emotions had to be riding high. Okay? Because you feel the energy from the stands, from the fans. You feel it. I'm telling you, I felt it. I played in big games. I played in front of 50,000 people before. You feel that energy. And when you know all that, the majority of them, because I played on the road, I played in front of like 25, 30,000 at home at Holy Cross. But on the road, played in front of 50, you feel that energy. So you feed off the energy, especially if it's for you. So he was a little amped up. But he missed some shots in preseason. Okay? And this is what Bill Belichick is talking about. He missed some shots yesterday. Now, don't think I'm just talking shit about Caleb. I'm not. Because I didn't say Caleb can't improve. I didn't say that. I'm saying what happened yesterday. You said, Ant Ma says, Texas interior D is not as tough as the Titans, but they have better edges. The Titans had that was a monster squad in the middle. Devondre Sweat, the kid from Texas. I wish we could have got him. The young man from Texas, like 350, 360 pounds, who can move. Super athletic. King Booker World said, not listening to Bill Belichick about football is like telling Steph Curry, shut up when he gives you free throw advice. You know, Caleb's got to do better. He will, I presume. All right. He missed the Keenan Allen in the slot. He overthrew him. Great throw to Keenan Allen on the Keenan Allen drop. Great throw. Great throw to DJ Moore. The one where DJ Moore kind of came up gimpy. But there were some shots he missed. Overthrew some people. Short, bounced it to a receiver or two. The Keenan Allen one where Keenan Allen hooked and he threw it as if it was a zone. They dropped back into a zone. Keenan Allen hooked, found a soft spot, turned around, and Caleb Williams threw it as if he was leading him. And if you see, and I can't remember the play, but if you see the play, there was a DB coming from the other side. So if Keenan Allen keeps going and catches the ball, he gets destroyed. You've got to see that. And I think he will. So he had a bad game yesterday. And I love when people say, take things when they have an agenda. You know, Kid has said earlier, because I don't care about the stats. And he talked about it yesterday. He kind of contradicted himself, but I understand what he meant, and people jumped on him when he said, I don't care about the stats. Someone asked him, and he said, I don't care about the stats. He goes, although my stats weren't where I wanted to be. And then people said, well, you just say you didn't care about stats, but now you say they're not where you want it to be. What he means by that is he doesn't have to get throw for 400 yards to win. You want to contribute. He felt as if he didn't contribute. Okay, that's what he felt. He felt like, yeah, the touchdown would have made a big difference to Keenan Allen. You throw a tutty on there. But first and foremost, before we go any further, no turnovers. Great job. Phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. Okay, excellent. No turnovers. Huge. Huge. Okay? But you want to contribute. He's saying, I don't want to have to throw for 400 yards, 350, 400 yards. I don't need to do it. He goes, man, if I throw for 150 and throw a tutty or two, or we had the ball off in a deep, I'm cool with it. He was unhappy with the way he played, and he should have been, because he knows he can do better. So don't jump on him. And you guys who wanted Caleb, you're already jumping on him when he kind of contradicts himself, but you have to understand what he means. He means he wants to contribute. This kid's a winner. This kid is a grinder. This kid's he battles. He wants to be relevant. He wasn't relevant yesterday. That's what he wants. So when he says, I don't care about the stats, he goes, it means I don't care if I throw for 300 plus yards. I just want to, he wants to be efficient, not turn the ball over, lead the team. You know what I mean? Those are the things. And it's easy to jump on because of the words. But if you know sports, you know what he means. But too many people, you said this, and then right after that you said your stats weren't where you want them to be. Which one is it? Come on, guys. Cut the kid some slack. And these are the people who wanted him. Stop being so finicky. We got the dub. Do you want to give it back? Do you want to sit there, criticize him, and then give it back and give the victory back because you didn't like the fact that he didn't throw for 100 yards? Hey, come on. Think about this. The more games that we win with Caleb struggling, the closer we are to get to the point where Caleb gets it. Okay? And what did I tell you before? This defense is going to have to carry the load until this offense gets up to speed. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you pick six? I told you these things. This is what the defense has to do. This offense isn't there yet. And that's okay. They got to make some adjustments up front. What have I told you? What have I told you repeatedly? Those middle three, the interior three is your run game. 2 guards and a center. Those 3 guys are your run game. If those three guys are good, you'll have a great run game. If any one of them is subpar or can't handle their man on a particular day, your run game sucks. Devondre Sweat, man, that dude is a monster. That dude is a monster. Michonne, I hear you. I hear you. Michonne says it's Caleb's first game, and the media takes it easy on him yesterday. Yeah. Because they have an agenda. They're like, and right now they're going to hide behind, well, he's a rookie. Okay. All right, you can't take that 20-yard sack either. Can't take that 20-yard sack. There's a lot of things he's got to improve on. But guess what? When the dust settled, we got the dub. So all these bad things that are these areas of improvement, guess what? We got the dub. Let's be happy about it. Now let's see. It's not bitch and moan about it. So yeah, let's point him out. He needs to do this. He needs to throw the ball away, not the 20-yard sack. These guys come faster. There's more stunts. There's more disguises and coverages. It's not vanilla preseason. But also, you also know that you can't take a sack. This is not your first time playing quarterback. You know you can't take a 20-yard sack. Throw the God bless the ball out of bounds. Don't give me the shit you're a rookie. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that. So there's a couple plays that throw to DJ where DJ had to jump a little, like the one where DJ kind of got nicked up. That was a beautiful pass. That was a missile. A missile. But let's be consistent. You want to compare this previous quarterback to this quarterback? Let's keep it consistent. And we'll be able to get we'll be able to give you he's a rookie thing for the next 16 games. But everyone claimed he's going to throw for this. He's going to throw for you're giving him a gold jacket before he even took a snap. He's a rookie. He did a lot of rookie shit yesterday, good and bad. Now we got to minimize the bad. And they'll move forward. But listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we'll have more top of the morning topics. Oh, where we go? There we go. We'll have more top of the morning topics, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Many will hear the calling. Few will earn the title. United States Marine. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms. On Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel, you can find us at Sports Zone Chicago. And on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
We're looking for a few heroes, mentors, trailblazers, innovators, a passion to change lives, spark curiosity, open hearts, and awaken minds, help students answer the question, who am I? This could be your calling, but this is no job. It's the journey of a lifetime. Be a hero. Be a teacher.
Mental health and learning disorders don't discriminate. 17 million children and adolescents in the United States live with disorders like anxiety, depression, ADHD, and dyslexia. Less than half get the help they need to thrive. Help the Child Mind Institute change these children's lives. Visit childmind.org.
Trying to make it a tough day for Will Levis on a 3rd and long.
Bears will bring 4. Levis in a tight pocket. Misses Boyd. It's a 3 and out. He's got time. The pump. Now running out of time and stays on his feet momentarily. Finally chased down by Darrell Taylor. Make it to Swift on the rollout. Williams on the move, looking for DJ Moore, who just absolutely snatched that line drive for a gain of 11 at the 41. What a catch by Moore. A motion trailing Burks. Levis keeps it. Looking deep. Launches. Got a man. It's Ridley. And it was cut off by Jalen Johnson. He nearly picked it.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy. That was a good Bears, baby, yesterday with a big comeback 24-17 win over the Tennessee Titans. Man, I'm fired up. We'll talk about more of the other stuff and what other people talk about and do. And, you know, don't take shots at people, man. You know, don't sit there because they don't like and they disagree with who you like. Come on, man. Especially when it's a guy, you know what? But that's the thing. It's people like to go after established people. All right, because it gives them clicks. Like, oh, did you hear what he said about Belichick? Did you hear what he said about Belichick? Did you hear about what he said? And everybody takes personal shots at him. And he's giving you an analysis from his profession where he's one of the best, if not the best, to ever do it. But it doesn't align with your agenda, so now he's a fraud. Come on, man. Oh man, Roberto Ramirez in the house. What's up, Papa? He says, Bears, baby. Damn, we need better play by the center. So much pressure up the middle. Hey, but good teams find a way to win. Santos special team in the second half shut down. Defense won the game. Yes, sir, Bob. And Brewhouse 7. Good morning, Papa. He says, D. Taylor, the new 52. Yes. 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 Dude doesn't stop. Does not stop. But and neither do we. So let's roll. The next top of the morning topic. Yeah, baby. What I tell you. Yes, my White Sox with a big win yesterday. Avoid the sweep in Beantown. Wicked piss over there. White Sox beat the Red Sox 7-2. Chris Flexen, 21 games in a row was win the streak. Man, he got a no decision, 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 free pass, and 6 punch outs. That's a quality start right there for that young man. He got a no decision. Lewis Robert Jr. 3 for 4, driving in his 35th RBI of the season. Zach De La Roche. He was 1 for 5, driving in 2 RBIs, his 2nd and 3rd of the season. Andrew Benintendi 1 for 5, driving in his 53rd RBI of the season. The White Sox, next top of the morning, the White Sox come home for a 9-game home stand. Actually, I'll be there Friday. It's Hispanic Heritage Night. I digress. The Sox come home for a 9-game homestand as they host the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch is 6:40 tonight. You can catch that game on NBC Sports Chicago, flagship station, ESPN 1000. The probables for tonight's game: Joey Cartillo, For the Guardians, he's 0-3 with a 7.71 ERA. And the White Sox, and for the White Sox, TBD. That means to be determined. They don't know who the hell is going to pitch. You want to pitch? Are you? No, maybe you. No. I mean, I don't know. Oh, well. Moving things along. The next top of the morning topic, the Cubs. There you go, Cub fans. The Cubs avoid sweep at the hands of the evil empire. The Cubs beat the Yankees yesterday 2-1. Jameson Taillon, he got the win. He's 10-8. 6 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 free pass, and 6 punch-outs. Isaac Paredes was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, with both RBIs, I should say, for the Cubs. His 70th and 71st. Ian Happ and Dansby Swanson each went 1 for 4. Man, as soon as the game got over yesterday, they had to hop a plane. The next top of the morning topic, the Cubs travel to the City of Angels to face Los Dodgers. Los Dodgers. First pitch is at 9:10 p.m. tonight. Remember, it's a West Coast game, so they're 2 hours behind us. 9:10 p.m. tonight. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 6:70 a.m. Probables for tonight. Kyle Hendricks on a bump for the Northsiders. He's 3-11 with a 6.60 ERA going up against Walker Buehler. Buehler. He's 1-4 with a 5.67 ERA. Cubs are still fighting. But, man, those 2 losses to the Yankees really, really hurt. They're fighting for that playoff spot, but those 2 losses to the Yankees hurt them. Hurt them big time. I'll say what's up. James Ford has checked in. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. My man Roberto Ramirez left a comment earlier. I want to say hi to him. My man Roberto. What's up, Papa? King Booker World. The 6th-round pick already paid for. The one we got for Daryl Taylor. Yeah. Yes. I agree. Well, the next, keeping it moving. The next topic, the sky. Excuse me, will I kiss the sky? That's what I'm talking about, baby. The Sky with a big win yesterday. Over the Dallas Wings. Told you. Clear Chicago sweep. They beat the Wings 92-77. Man, we're going to talk about Chi-Town Bar, but right after this, we're going to talk about Ken. That's Kennedy Carter. She led the way, 28 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. Isabel Harris, she's going to be able to start growing her game and developing as well. Isabel Harris, 21 points, 9 rebounds. Camila Cardozo with another double-double. You go, girl. 10 points, 11 rebounds. I'm telling you, that's good stuff for Camila. I told you, I can't wait till she gets a full off season. I want to see her lose a little weight, change her body composition a little bit, be able to move up and down the court a little better, a lot freer, a lot smoother. Want her to be able to just jump a little more, like a pogo stick. We've seen, dude, you're 6'7", man. You're 6'7". You tap that ball once or twice, ain't no one going to get it. So a full off season, her changing her body, getting a nutrition plan, working with their strength and conditioning coach should do her wonders. So looking forward to that. But unfortunately, the next top of the morning topic, Sky rookie sensation Angel Reese, who you see here on this flyer, is out for the rest of the season with a wrist injury. It is unfortunate for her. She was having a phenomenal rookie year. She'll make the all-rookie team. There are some people who are putting her in the rookie of the category. Other people put it in gave it to Caitlin. Well, definitely going to Caitlin now for sure, as Angel Reese will miss the remainder of the season with a wrist injury. And let me tell you, we were having this debate. People were saying, well, it's not really hers. It's always Caitlin. I'm like, man, I said, you can't, I don't agree with it. I think they were both, I think they both should have been. If Caitlin continued what she was doing for the last 10, 11 games, if she had 8 double doubles in the last 10 games, 11 games, I think co-rookies of the year would have been perfect. I think co-rookies of the year would have been perfect. And people talk about, oh, you get a participation trophy. There's no participation trophy. She set records. You know how difficult it is? Let me take this down. Do you know how difficult it is to get a double-double? Now, mind you, she's only 6'3". She's not. There are other girls who are 6'4", 6'5". Hell, she got a 6'7" girl on her team that she's out rebounding on her own team. She's in the woods. And I was at my cousin's house yesterday, and I don't know why he doesn't like her, but like he was saying, her game's ugly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Her game, her game is effective. You don't get 20 plus double doubles if your game isn't effective. You know, it's not as glamorous as the Caitlin Clark's game, no. But it doesn't mean it's not as effective. And that's a big debate. Should she have been in that conversation? Is it Caitlin's all the way, the rookie of the year? I thought it particularly this year should have been Cole. Particularly. Cornelius Squalls, man, my man, you would never lie, boss. Cornelius says, whatever the Sky do, don't let Kennedy Carter go anywhere. You damn right. You damn right. She is a heart and soul man. But here's what I'll tell you. It's going to allow other people, like I said, Isabel Harrison, your game can develop now, hon. Your game can develop. You can become a force now that you don't have to deal that now that Angel Reese is not on the floor. You can become a force. You can get that mid-range jumper stuck on automatic. So now when Angel Reese is down there, grabs the rebound, she's battling. She sees, I see Isabel at the top of the key or at the free throw line. Boop. Let me kid it to her. Splash. Assist. Because people go down. Well, let me tell you something. That's sports. That's life. What you need to do is take a look at the opportunities that you have. And Isabel, what the hell's her name? Harrison. I couldn't think of her last name. I'm like, it's the street of Chicago. Isabel Harrison, here's an opportunity for you. Seize it. Seize this opportunity. Because you can become a force. Because let me tell you, you get someone, it's a lost art. All right, DeMar DeRozan is the king range. But if you can develop that mid-range, Isabel, and still go down there and rebound, it's backbreaking to defenses. Hey, we got guys here in the chat who played basketball. You let me know. How backbreaking is it when you're on defense? Team goes up, they attempt to score, they miss, they get the rebound, they kick it out, splash. Or not even grab the rebound, just tip it right to another player who catches it, shoots, splash. How frustrating is that? So this is the opportunity for Isabel Harrison to really come into her own. King Booker World says, I agreed, Shawn. I would have been fine with Cole Rookies of the Year. Just politics, man. Just politics. You know what? We have to understand that regardless of what we like and the old school way that a lot of us were brought up playing, and even back then, there was politics. There's politics in everything. There's politics in everything. Yes, I get it. Caitlin beat it 3 out of 4 times. I get it. But don't diminish the fact that Angel Reese had double-doubles, set the WNBA record for consecutive double-doubles. You know how hard that is? You know how hard that is when people are coming in. I mean, it's not like Caitlin Clark where she can dribble. She's coming off screens. She can get the ball and just shoot. She's in there grinding. She's in there doing the dirty work with the big girls. You can set a screen for Caitlin Clark. Set a double screen, and right after the second screen, she pulls up, no hand in her face, no contest, or whatever. A non-contested shot, easy. Splash. But Angel Reese getting down there with the big dogs. Yeah. What if she would have 30? Imagine, because was she like 25 or something? If she played the last few games, she had 30 double-doubles. 30 double-doubles as a rookie. See something. Let me see something. You mean to tell me if that young lady gets 30 double-doubles, that she's not serious contention for Rookie of the Year or co? Come on, man. Hell, you're only at 36, 35, 36 games right now. They had another 10, 40 games. 75% of the game, she gets a double-double, and you don't want to put her in the Rookie of the Year conversation? What? Come on, man. I think it's cool. And trust me, I think Caitlin is phenomenal for what she's done. I think Caitlin is awesome. It's what the WNBA needed, what women's basketball needed. But Caitlin Clark is in there. But Angel Reese is what it needs as well. I would have been fine with co-MVP or co-Rookie of the Year. It's just going to go to Caitlin now, which is fine. But, man, don't sleep on what Angel Reese has done. Do not sleep on what he's done. And mind you, this is without training. Within a month, she went from the Final Four to the draft to camp. No offseason. Wait till she gets an offseason and she can get stronger. But anyway. All right, listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, it's going to be a quick one. On the other side of the break, we're going to welcome my guy, Lauren Cox, from the Lockdown Bears podcast. We got a lot to talk, so don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
Time out. How are you feeling right now? Happy? Excited? Angry? Overwhelmed? One of the best things you can do for your mind health is to name what you're feeling. It can sharpen your awareness and help you talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Here are 3 questions to ask yourself. Where are your thoughts right now? In the past, the present, the future? Do you notice any sensations in your body? Is your heart beating fast? Is there a flutter in your stomach? Or are you fully relaxed? What do you need right now? Time with others? Time to yourself? Remember, there's power in this awareness. So find ways to identify what you're feeling today.
Hi, guys. Hey. Hi, Megan. Hey, Jessica. Megan, you're a tramp. Brian Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He said your breath smells like garbage. And he almost puked. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? Your makeup makes you look like a clown. That zit is huge, zit face.
Stonehouse with pressure, a block. It's scooped up by the Bears. Back the other way. Jonathan Owens, touchdown Chicago. Levis, down he goes. Gervon closes the drive. Won a couple of titles, but now getting a major opportunity with Tennessee. Williams trying to find an alley. Still on the move. Is going to have to take off, and he'll run for the first down. And now Santos from 50. One of the best kickers in the NFL in a matchup of two of the great kickers.
Welcome back to Shawn and Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of Fox. Those were the Bears, baby. The good news Bears yesterday. I'm telling you, I'm fired up from that game, and I'm fired up for my guy to come on and talk. We got some Bears to talk with my man. He is the host of the Locked On Bears podcast. You can find him on Twitter at Cox Sports One, like Fox Sports One, but with a C. Man, let's welcome back to Shawn and Maya, our guy, Lauren Cox. Lauren, what's up, Papa? How are you?
Thanks for having me back on. I always enjoy our first Victory Monday we've had in a long time, so happy to be here.
The Bears Victory Chain Monday. It's baby, it's here. Man,
Absolutely.
so talk to me about yesterday. Ugly win, but you know what? No one cares. It's a dub. I'm not giving it back. I don't care about style points. And the closer every week we go by, whether it's an ugly win or a beautiful win, the closer we get to this offense clicking. And we got a little ways to go, but I'm not giving this dub back by any stretch. Talk to me about obviously the focal point of this whole team, Caleb Williams. Your assessment yesterday of his performance yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard not to be a little underwhelmed overall, just because we wanted to see everything, right? But I think going in, my feeling was like, listen, this Titans defense likes to be aggressive. They like to get after the quarterback. Like they want to try and challenge Caleb Williams in some different ways. And I kind of went into yesterday's game thinking, hey, like getting the win is more important than than how it looks, right? And so, yeah, I mean, he was inaccurate on a few passes here and there that were a little bit, unexpected because of how accurate he was in college, but he's still getting on the same page with these receivers. It's a new offense. Obviously, the offensive line issues and not being able to run the ball didn't help. And he still hit Keenan Allen in the hands in the end zone for what should have been a touchdown. So I think the box score ends up looking a little bit worse than what Caleb Williams' actual performance was. But that doesn't mean it was great and that we shouldn't have anything to need to improve on. But I'm not like long-term concerned or panicking at all about like, oh, he wasn't as good as we thought. Like it's week one. We give him time.
Yeah, I agree. And the box score would have looked a lot better. It wasn't was a 4-yard, 3-yard, 5-yard touchdown pass. But in the box score, when you see TD, you're like, oh, okay. It would have looked a lot better, regardless of the 93. We wouldn't even have made him given him 100 yards. But the fact that it would have said TD in there would have been like, oh, okay. I'm like you, man. And I'm a Justin guy. I was a Justin guy. Still doesn't. I mean, Caleb's our quarterback now, so I have to analyze him like I did anyone else. And I liked a lot of the stuff he did. There's stuff he needs to improve on. That pass to Keenan Allen in the end zone, you couldn't have handed it better to him. You know what I mean? This kid, it was just amazing. And Keenan, man, Keenan Allen had to be sick because he's a Hall of Fame. He'll be a Hall of Fame guy when he's all said and done. And something like that, you can't drop. But one of the things I liked was his improvisation, although it did hurt him a little bit. Talk to me about him having to improvise because of that offensive line. Sheldon was not very stout up front yesterday, but he had a very large, pun intended, a large problem in front of him in Devondre Sweat.
Yeah, I thought the thing that stood out to me was how it took a couple of quarters and a half for offensive coordinator Shane Waldron to really kind of adjust to the problems they were having on the offensive line. Like it felt like in the first half, they kept trying to run a little bit more of a full offense here and have Caleb drop back and take a full, progressions and let the field open up a little bit. But like the offensive line wasn't able to hold up long enough for that. And same thing in the running game too. Like they kept trying to run up the middle into the arms of Tavondre Sweat. I'm glad that they did finally get to the adjustment in the second half. And it felt like on that, 12 or 14 play drive that didn't end up with a touchdown, but at least, was a sustained offensive success. They seemed to finally get like, okay, we can't block these guys for very long. So it was, quick 3-step drop curl route, quick out to Keenan Allen, a screen pass here. The draw was like a fake screen in the draw, like different things to draw the pass rush in or just get rid of the ball before the pass rush can actually get home. And that to me felt like progress and some sort of sign of, I don't know if relief is the right word, but like, okay, Shane Waldron can adjust and can get there in some of the ways that Luke Getsy didn't. I just would have liked to see it maybe a little bit sooner, because you could tell after a drive or two, okay, wait a minute, we're a little bit outmatched up front. What can we do differently? But okay, give them halftime at least to talk it over and have a chance to really take a breath and readjust.
Yeah, and one of the things that I said to prior to the game was like, just hit that short game. Use the short to intermediate. Of course, take a shot deep here or there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't throw anything over 15 yards, but hit DJ Moore on slants. Hit him on a quick in. Hit him on a curl. Hit, you know what I mean? Get these guys involved in the game, but more importantly, get the ball out of your quarterback's hands. Get some rhythm. Get him some confidence, and all of a sudden, the more you keep and keep him protected. Because it takes a lot. You burst off the line, you're trying to fight, you get to the quarterback. Ah, snap, the ball's out. Again, you do it again. It gets tiring after a while. And I was hoping that would have been the case. They waited a couple of 5-step and a few 7-step drops. I'm like, nah. I would have liked for it to be a lot more centered on the short to intermediate game, to help Caleb. But give me your thoughts on the running game and why it didn't help, or why they couldn't be successful with it. It was okay in the preseason, but man, they just couldn't get it going yesterday.
Yeah, I think some of that's a credit to a really good interior in Tennessee, but it also just felt to me like I couldn't understand the rhythm and the rotation of the backfield at all. Like, obviously, you could tell Swift was still the number one guy, but like, Swift would get a couple carries and maybe get something going, and then, all right, here's one of the random Velus Jones handoffs, and now Travis Homer's in the game, and feels like we didn't even see Khalil Herbert until the second half.
Yeah.
It's not that we needed to see Herbert early, but like it just felt kind of random and all over the place. I'm like, okay, we're giving a bunch of different guys carries, and it didn't feel like it was organized. Whereas like Tennessee, like in their running game, they came out and they were throwing all these different concepts on you in misdirection. And it felt like, one play it kind of built in the other where, they'd sort of draw you in with this one and they ran the reverse going the other way, or they'd run power to the inside and they'd pull a guard and get to the outside. So, what the linebackers would think they're seeing one thing and then, oh, it's a different play than I thought it would be. And they had the Bears defense on its heels because the running game felt like it had a plan and a structure and a rhythm to it to drive down the field. Whereas the Bears, it was just like, all right, throw a dart at the board. All right, Travis Homer, inside zone, go. All right, next play. Swift, all right, to the outside. It just, I don't know, but didn't feel like there was a lot of rhythm, and certainly the offensive line didn't make it any easier, because then you get down 17-0 and it's hard to stick to the running game, and you have a bad play for loss, so then you're getting longer down distances, so you don't want to run on 2nd and 14 or 3rd and 12, so some of it was game situation too, but it was tough all around.
Yeah, it was, and hopefully they can get that ironed out. And I'm not it's one game. I'm not going to crucify him, but man, Shelton's he's got to step it up. Exactly. He's got to step it up, and again, I don't think he's going to be playing people like Sweat, every week, which is, thank goodness. So hopefully he can bounce back this week, and fortify that line. What do you think they're going to do now, especially with that situation? Because Caleb had the ball deflected quite a few times. All right. And one of the things that you need to have when you're quarterback short is what they did in New Orleans. Drew Brees was only 5'11-ish. You had to have stout people up front. Your interior 2 guards and center have to be damn near Pro Bowl level to keep them at the line of scrimmage. Do you think now that I know it's a deep edge draft next year, but do you think now that they really consider going offensive line next year, because this is a quarterback of the future? He ain't going anywhere. I think his growth spurt's over. I don't think it's getting any taller. Think they go offensive line to help him out.
Yeah, I'm surprised, because I feel like we had this conversation last year, right? It's like, okay, we watched enough of Well, or the last couple of seasons, right? We watched enough of Sam Mustipher. You think they're finally going to invest in the interior? And then watch enough of Lucas Patrick. All right, they're going to finally invest interior. We've seen Nate Davis miss games for 2 seasons. Like, we keep waiting for the offensive line GM, Ryan Poles, to really do the investment in this top of the offensive line. And I get that, like, you can't invest everything in every position every offseason. He obviously saw the opportunities more favorably at wide receiver and other spots and said, all right, like, can't do everything everywhere. So this is the bird in the hand here is draft Rome Odunze, trade for Keenan Allen. Like, there wasn't a Keenan Allen of centers available on the trade market. So you can't just make that happen. And there wasn't a center to take necessarily with the 9th overall pick. Joe Alt wasn't even there. You could have gone tackle. That's not the point, right? But like, so I want him to. I think they should. I think Ryan Poles felt like, okay, listen, maybe if plan A doesn't work here, we really like Ryan Bates as a backup. We really like Matt Pryor. Like, the plan was, we didn't get the big fish at the top. Okay, let's get some better fish underneath here. But I think at some point we need to start seeing maybe some changes there. I mean, we already saw him rotate Nate Davis with Ryan Bates, but Ryan Bates can't replace the center and the right guard at the same time if you wanted to change both. So it's getting messier quicker than I thought we would. I thought it would be an injury that would derail this offensive line. And so far, everyone's still healthy and there's still problems.
Tevinjenkins had a rough day as well at times. Even the sweat went through him one time. I was like, oh goodness. And Jenkins is a nasty dude, man. And it goes to show you how or what a force this young man is. And I remember him at Texas. I was like, if we need to get this sucker somehow, some way, we need to get this sucker. We need to trade up. He's gone. If you hear rumors of him going, I would have loved to have that dude on our defensive line. And don't get it twisted, I think Billings did really well yesterday. And we're gonna, you know what? Let's go to that side of the ball. Let's talk about Billings and Gervon Dexter. Gervon Dexter had a sack. Gervon Dexter he had a hit on the last interception, one of the interceptions, if I'm not mistaken. Talk to me about he was the big piece. I'm not saying I'm not putting a gold jacket on his back or anything yet. All I'm saying is he showed up yesterday, and we heard his name quite a few times.
Yeah, the interior really impressed me in this one. And I continue to feel like Andrew Billings is probably the most underrated nose tackle in football and maybe one of the more underrated defensive linemen, period, in football, because he's never in any of the conversations of guys that are like game changers. But as a pass rusher and in the running game, like, he was holding up really, really well. Dexter got in there a couple times as well. Like, I think with Dexter, it still flashes, right? Like, there's plays like that where he just wins his first move and he's in the backfield. It's like, oh, great. Like, you're like,
what the hell did he just do?
And there's still plays where he's playing patty cake, and that's fine because he's still learning and he's a young defensive tackle. But I think that the defensive line as a whole was better than I thought they would be, at least in the pass rush department. I need to go back and see the running game a little bit more, because it felt like the linebackers were having some trouble reading stuff and how free they were to get off blocks. But, like, of course, we haven't mentioned Darrell Taylor coming off the edge and having a couple of sacks there too. Like, they found some things here, right? Like, DeMarcus Walker played a lot of defensive tackle on pass rushing downs. Like, that Sweat, Walker, Dexter, Taylor pass rush lineup on third down. Like, there's a little bit of something there, I think, that the Bears can build off of here. That's, and again, it's not going to be top 5 pass rush in football, but like, that group can get by. It feels like they're not going to be elite, but especially as Austin Booker continues to get a little bit better and everyone settles in a little bit more, Dexter's going to keep growing. Like, there's something here that can get this defense by, and we saw that really, really all come together. The combination of pass rush and coverage in the second half when everything settled in.
Yeah, to all my Seinfeld people, I was about to say, I think we have something here. They put Walker, they bumped him in, which we knew they were going to do, and Taylor was as advertised. That dude has a motor that just does not stop. And this is something that, as you mentioned, as long as Austin Booker now just on Austin Booker. Now we're like, all right, dude, I need you to get 6 to 8 sacks, 10 sacks, bro. Come on, we back in the draft for you. He doesn't have that pressure anymore. All right, now he's motivated because he's like, oh damn, well, if this guy keeps doing this, I might not get any more play. My playing time might get cut. I need to step it up, which is awesome for us. Team friendly competition. It's going to go a long way. Talk to me about Sweat, Montez Sweat. He was in there a couple times. I didn't hear his name as much as I would have liked, but talk to me about Montez Sweat.
Yeah, it felt to me like the Titans were running away from him. Notice they had a particularly left-handed running game in this one, particularly on that long drive where they ended up scoring on the ground, because I think they looked at this Bears defensive line and said, all right, listen, well, if Darrell Taylor or Austin Booker is at a defensive end spot, they're not, the biggest, strongest, stoutest type guys. I mean, Taylor's
run stoppers,
60-ish. I don't think they were particularly bad in the running game. I think the Titans just said, well, do we run at Montez Sweat or do we run at, this smaller guy on the other side? So they kept going left on a lot of those runs and finding some success. Again, like one player is not the reason why the Bears were getting gashed in the running game by any means, but I thought Sweat, had a couple pressures in there and was certainly like active and trying to be disruptive, but sometimes it's about him occupying a couple of blocks or at least taking the attention of, the tight end or the slide of the protection so that someone like Darrell Taylor can get a one-on-one on the other side and just turn the corner and get to the quarterback. Like some of these games is he's going to get the glory, and some of these games, other guys got to take advantage when he's getting the rest of the attention. And it's nice to feel like the Bears have a couple of different guys who can take advantage of some of those easier matchups. Whereas last season, there were still times that it felt like if Sweat wasn't going to beat that double team, you weren't sure if you were going to get much else. But now it feels like, okay, Taylor can get there, or Dexter can get there sometimes. Billings even got there a little bit. Like there's a little bit more meat on the bone here than just whatever Sweat can accomplish on his own.
Agreed, guys. We're joined by Lauren Cox, the host of the Locked On Bears podcast, talking Bears football here on Maya in the morning on Sports Zone Chicago. Yeah, I agree. Put it this way, he got help. He's got help, and that's very comforting for Bear fans, very comforting for that organization. I think there's still room for an improvement, but man, it's a heck of a lot more help with Gervon Dexter taking a step forward, with Billings again performing, and with DeMarcus Walker, and we'll see Austin Booker as he progresses. Sweat's definitely got help. Excuse me. Let's go back to that secondary, dude. These dudes were dogs. Even though Tyreek Stevenson got beat for a touchdown, he was right there. I mean, it wasn't like he lost coverage. It wasn't like, and Jalen Johnson missed an interception that was poorly underthrown, severely underthrown, but he should have had it. Talk to me about this secondary. Those two cornerbacks, both of them got picks yesterday, and man, both of them could have almost had 2 picks. Talk to me about that secondary.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Johnson was one of those guys who we only heard his name a couple of times, and that's usually the sign of a cornerback who's just locking down his side of the field. I think there's a reason why. I remember during the broadcast when DeAndre Hopkins had his first catch, it was like the 3rd quarter or 4th quarter when they're like, okay, he continues his catch streak, because I think Jalen Johnson had been down for the vast majority of that game, but also came up and made a big play. I think it was a screen pass on the flat over there where he was in the backfield and made a big tackle for a loss. Like obviously as advertised, Jalen Johnson. And then Tyreek Stevenson, he definitely had some rough plays early on, the touchdown. And there was also a play where Levis had Calvin Ridley open down the sideline and he just overthrew him, but it was a double move and he had beaten Stevenson.
Yeah, he beat him.
Another big play. But that was what we saw from Stevenson as a rookie, right? He'll get beat sometimes and then he'll make the huge pass breakup, or in this case, the pick six, and take it back to the house. And it like more than makes up for whatever mistakes or missed coverages he may have had in the first half. So to me, like that's kind of what you're going to have to live and die with a little bit for Stevenson as a young corner. You get a lot of the highs and some of the lows, but it certainly more than balances out over the course of a game. And you feel like with Kyler Gordon playing well, and the two safeties seem to be pretty seamless in the new integration with Kevin Byard, like rotating a little bit more up and down, but you didn't really notice a big difference between either one coverage wise. It wasn't like, oh, when Brisker's back there, they can't cover anybody or vice versa. Like secondary was right where it needed to be. And especially you could tell the difference in the second half once the pass rush started getting home and Eberflus started showing more aggressive fronts at the line of scrimmage with the linebackers up there and showing blitz and not always bringing it. But it just felt like they put more on Will Levis's plate from a front and a vantage point standpoint. And then that's when the secondary can get more aggressive. And that's when the secondary doesn't have to cover for as long. And that's when the magic formula of this defense really comes together.
And they came together that second half. Well, let me tell you, but it was really kickstarted by special teams, and us Chicagoans. I don't understand why people still minimize that third phase of the game. We had a guy going to the Hall of Fame because that was his key. Okay, that third phase, he was a special a kick and punt return specialist, the best to ever do it. I like the fact that we scored, and it really changed the whole atmosphere of Soldier Field when Hardy blocked the punt and Jonathan Owens took it in. That place was livid. I mean, they went rambunctious. They were going crazy.
Yeah, to me, like that's what sparked everything on this defense, right? Like it felt like their energy was just kind of down. And this defense feels like it's a group that is fueled by energy, right? Like when the vibes are good, they're playing great. And when the vibes are not, there's a real struggle there. And I feel like that punt, the punt block and touchdown was what they needed to sort of just get the whole sideline kind of amped up. And then you see the pass rush turns up a little bit and they're just, for whatever reason, they're just a step faster and a little bit more aggressive. And the pass rush moves are a little bit more effective. The linebackers are that much quicker to react to a running play or whatever it might be. Like something about this team is so reliant on energy, and they needed that spark, and the special teams absolutely provided it for them, especially after, you had the Velus Jones fumble on the kickoff earlier, but then bouncing back with DeAndre Carter having a couple of really big returns. Like clearly the Bears special teams coordinator, Richard Hightower, is a good coach, like knows a thing or two about coaching special teams. Just for whatever reason, he and the rest of the staff are still just so married to having the Velus Jones thing continue to be a thing, when I think we've all been done with it for a while, but we got especially done with it on Sunday.
Yeah, one of the guys in the thread said his name is not Velus Jones, his name is Velus Jones. I was like, oh no, that's crazy. Well, listen, Lauren, great stuff, buddy. I appreciate it. Do me a favor, though, before you go, let everyone know where they can find you and your work online.
Of course. Thanks for having me on. You can follow me on Twitter at CoxSports1. You can hear me on the Locked On Bears podcast 5 days a week on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Great stuff, buddy. We'll be in touch soon, and bear the freak down, baby. Enjoy Bear Victory Monday. You see, I got my Bears Victory chain on. Oh, yeah. I am fired up.
Excellent. Have fun with it, man.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Guys, that's Lauren Cox from the Locked On Bears podcast, talking Bears football with your guy. Man, that was awesome. I am fired up because here's the thing. There's an old saying that says there's nothing that you can't learn from losing that you can't learn from almost losing. There's nothing that you can learn from losing that you can't learn from almost losing. I think the Bears almost lost yesterday. Okay. I think there's always a game when you get, when you get championship teams, you have a game like this somewhere in your schedule. You have a game like this where by hook or by crook, you get it done. Unorthodox, damn near unparalleled. I think they said it was when trailing by 17 points and not scoring an offensive touchdown. I think since 2000, the record was like 2-306. One of the other teams was the Bears in 2006 in Arizona with the Cardinals. But now the record is 3-306. This is why football is the ultimate team sport. Offense didn't even score a touchdown. Should have, but Keenan Allen dropped the pass. One of the things but let me finish my thought. And this is why all three phases are so important. We understood it with Torrey Taylor because Torrey was big time helpful for us. He pinned some guys deep. He pinned the Titans deep a few times, just as advertised. And the special teams kickstarted it. And that's what special teams can do. It gets everybody fired up. Right? Because you're expecting to kick the ball away and then cover. Oh, snap. Because for the most part, once you block it, if it's a clean bounce, you're taking it to the house. And the reason being is everybody's behind you. Most of the guys are running down the field to cover, or the guys that you beat are trailing you because you're ready to get to the punter. So great call, Steve Hightower. Great punt block scheme on that one. And it worked like gangbusters. And I can't tell you how fired up I was, along with the rest of Bears Nation, to get us back in the game. That got us back in the game. This is why we love football. A lot to work on, but I'm still not giving this W back. I'm just not. So now, what we talked about earlier, the Houston Texans, we have film on them, right? You don't have a new offensive coordinator or a new play caller with this team coming up. All right, you have all of last year, in which C.J. Stroud threw for over 4,000 yards. So you can break down. Actually, the tape's already broken down. You can break it down. I mean, that was probably done last night because they came in today to watch film. To watch film and have a light walkthrough. Tomorrow they're off. But the tape's already been broken down, dissected. But you have stuff. You have actual game footage, regular season game footage, and now you can go to work on Wednesday. I'm excited to see this matchup. We'll continue to talk this week, but I'm excited to see the matchup next week and their preparation. You got away with one this week because for all intents and purposes you should have lost, but you didn't. You're resilient and you refused to lose. That was impressive. That was very impressive. And that attitude falls on Coach Eberflus. Aunt Moss, I was there in 06. Oh, you were there out in the desert, huh? Cornelia says, after yesterday's game, now I know why Homer is on the team, because he was a beast on special teams. Yeah. King Booker World writes, I'm going to chalk it up to week 1 jitters for everybody. Yeah, bro. It's Plank writes, we would have lost this game last year. We found a way to win this year and not lose. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I'll give it to you this way. Depends on what part of the season. In the first part of the season, we would have lost. Hands down. Hands down, we would have lost. First part of the season. Second half of the season? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You know why? The Montez Sweat effect is real. It was real. So I agree to an extent. King Booker World writes, or Plank writes, yeah, first part like this. And King Booker World writes, the defense knows it's ready. As much shit as Eberflus got because of his coaching, you got to give him his flowers too. Yes, you do. Washington and Flus have this defense ready for anything. Have we talked about the Eric Washington effect? Haven't we talked about it? Remember that? Remember the most important acquisition this offseason was Shane Waldron. Remember, I said I didn't care if you drafted Caleb or kept Justin. The most important acquisition was the play caller. Could he develop and adjust his scheme to his quarterback? Develop his quarterback. And I said the second most important acquisition this offseason was Eric Washington. And him and Flus are in lockstep. And I love it. And I love it. King Booker World says, and give my boy G Dex some love for the disruption. Dude, he had a sack yesterday. Let me double check. I remember watching. I mean, I don't know how many he got credited with. 1.5. But third quarter. No, here we go. Field goal, sacks, tackles. Who are we looking for? Yeah. Gervon Dexter. Yeah. 2 tackles, 2 assists, and a sack. Yeah, he was active. He was active. And remember I told you early on. Enjoy, and this is at Mass. You took the words right out of my mouth. Enjoy the ride. Remember I said there's going to be some good moments. There's going to be a lot of exciting things. Let's live in the moment. In the off season, when they sign someone, when they draft someone. Let's live in the moment and be present. Let's be present. Because Gervon Dexter yesterday sure as hell was present. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy it. You know, when you win games like this, it's easier to be coached. Because you win like this, and here's why I made that statement. There's nothing you can learn from losing that you can't learn from almost losing. You got away with one. So now you say to yourself, okay, what do I have to do to avoid that situation? To avoid putting ourselves in that situation again, where we have to score on special teams and defense to win. What do we have to do? Coach me up. I'm ready. I'm ready. You go in there, you're in a great mood. You're looking forward to next week. And I know they're off tomorrow, but you come in, you're looking forward, you're joking with the guys, you get your stretch in, get that lactic acid out, go to film, check out the game, see where you screwed up, and then you flush it. Win or lose, you flush it. Your day off because you're back Wednesday. One of the things that I mentioned that I liked was how close this team is, the camaraderie. And I think that King Booker World's mad. King Booker World says, funny thing is now some are saying it's just the Titans win for 2 damn weeks. They've been talking like they're about to run off the field. And now people are backtracking, King Booker World. People are back. They're doing their best Deion Sanders impression, backpedaling. But let's be honest, they had us. King Booker World and everybody in the chat, how were you feeling down 17-zip? How are you feeling down 17-zip? I was surprised, but I also said there's 2 halves of football. I was at my cousin's house, and I was sitting next to her husband. I guess he's my cousin too, but sitting next to her husband, and he had pretty much same mindset. He's like, because he had 2 boys that played football, and he's like, there's 2 halves. He goes, first half wasn't good. He goes, but there's 2 halves. He goes, we'll see how it plays out in the second half. And I said, yeah, I agree. I said, I agree. I said they've got to do something. I said I don't think Eberflus is going to let this team come out in the second half uninspired. Steve Booker World said I was pissed, but I said 2 quarters left, plenty of time. Cornelius said, who knew they had those 2 monsters on the D line? A lot of people did. Plank says, not good. We're talking about when I said, how did you feel at halftime or when they were down 17? He said, not good, but hopeful. Cornelius, remember I saying like Gervon Dexter, man. Oh, you're saying, you're talking about who knew they had. You're talking about the Titans. Yeah, Devondre Sweat. Wow. That dude he's a freak of nature. He shouldn't be able to move and close the pocket that fast at 360 pounds. Shouldn't be able to close it that fast. And he does. And he does. Sweat, Devondre Sweat is a manster, half man, half monster. But it leads to the question, like, okay, what do we do with the interior 3 now? That's your run game. And quarterbacks hated it. They hate when you get pressure, give them pressure up the middle. Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. You can't follow through. Break your finger on a throw, hit it on the helmet. There's a whole bunch of things that happen when you pressure someone from the inside. Tevin's gonna have to step up. He's gonna have to grow up. Contract year for you, young man. Now, if you're able to handle Devondre Sweat yesterday, your asking price would have gone up. Now it's the Bears like, oh, okay. Booker World today. So I'm good with Tevin. Y'all know how I feel about Blue Tent and Shelton. Got to get his game up. Blue Tent, you meant Nate Davis. Roberto says, do you think we sign another interior lineman? I think you bring I think you bring a lot of them in for tryouts. If one catches your eye, yeah. But let's be honest. What are the possibilities of you signing a guy off the street and he plays that week? You know what I mean? Like, if you're good enough, you're on someone's squad. At least the practice squad. There aren't any Pro Bowl offensive linemen just hanging out, doing nothing. They're signed. Roberto says, dude, the center was hot garbage. You know, Roberto, you're wrong. He wasn't even hot garbage. The way he played is an insult to hot garbage. That was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, I know he's 360, but damn, dog. Damn. Man, I watched it. I was like, dude, trip him. Stick your foot out and trip his ass. He's like right up in Caleb's mug. Trip him. I know it's a penalty, but shit. You can't do that to your QB, dog. Roberto says, bring back Olin. Shit, I wish. Believe you me, if he wasn't as old as he is, I think he'd love to come and play here. Plus, he's a leader. Yeah. Brewhouse 7 says Tevin was remarkably fast on covering up the fumble on Roma Dunze's high point catch. Yeah. Tevin was down there like that was someone yelled lunch. Last chicken sandwich. Last sandwich, and Tevin was running, boy. Got that ball, recovered it. I think that was Rome's only catch. 1 for 11, I think it was. You know, now I'm anxious to see, and you got another step up. This is a playoff team that you're facing on Sunday. This is a playoff team. So you have a chance to measure yourself against a playoff team from last year. Now, mind you, every team's different. No team ever stays the same. You got draft picks, free agents, people leaving. But the core, they're still there. So now you get a good litmus test early. Because they played Indy. Remember, we played them in 2 weeks. Our next two opponents, we played Houston and Indy. At Houston, at Indy. I like the fact that we got the dub, and there's so much to work on. Because of what I just talked about. Guys are more excited, like, let's get back to work. We won. We probably shouldn't have won this game, but we did. Let's get back to work. And that's what it seems like with this team. This team seems to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process of getting ready. Plank says, I'll get at the Indy game. I'm not messing. He meant me. Damn spell check. You'll be at the Indy game. I'm most likely going down for that one. Most likely going down for the Indy game. So if I do, I will definitely hit you up. I'll let you know. If I go down, I'll be with the Smoke Fellows. So we're leaving Friday and come back Sunday after the game. We're leaving Friday. They already got the bars. One bar. I think they're both Friday. 2 different places, Friday and Saturday, but they're both bar and cigar lounges. Roberto says, I always tell my fighters and my team, it's always better fixing mistakes when you win. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Because we as players know what we did wrong. We as players know that we almost lost. We as players know where we screwed up, and that loss was 1 or 2 plays away. We know that. So when coaches come in and saying, hey, here's what we need to do, you're receptive to it like a mug. Cornelius said the Texans' rush will come from its DNs, which should be easier to get the O-line some help. Okay. However, if you don't saw, they're going to see where the pressure came from. They did a stunt. And Cortland Sheldon missed the stunt. Like, dude, your 3 guys are on Devontae Sweat. The end comes around, loops in. If 3 guys are on 1 defender, keep an eye out. He ran right by him. It was a TE stunt. Defensive tackle went out and came around right up into Caleb's face. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, that's high school stuff. It's a TE stunt or ET stunt. No, TE. It's a TE stunt. You've seen this in grammar school. I know Steve-Mo, Chris Morgan, the offensive line coach, he's going to rip him a new one today in film. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. How do you let this stunt, this simple stunt, you just let the dude run by you? He's coming around, and you're the third guy blocking Devondre. Like, okay, 2 guys should have him. I'll keep here, but I have to keep an eye out for someone stunting into my zone or my gap. Oh, here he comes. And then go get him. This is what I'm talking about. Football IQ. 2 guys are on him. I'm helping, but I'm waiting for somebody to stunt and twist into my zone, my gap. Oh, here he comes. I'll step up. Thank you, Junior. Well, Roberto says O-line film room will be crazy. Yeah, it will. Because if Chris Morgan doesn't put a foot in his ass, I'd be shocked. My man, Junior, one of my offensive guards when I played. What offensive lineman doesn't know if your guy goes the other way, stay where you are because someone else is coming? Thank you. Thank you very much. Like Eddie Murphy. Thank you very much. He kicked him in the ding-ding. But that's football 101. If your guy goes away, you sit right there because somebody's coming on the offensive line. Somebody's coming. They're not going to have, very rarely will you not have someone coming in the A-gap. Very rarely. So the mistakes you're making are coachable, but the mistakes you're making are mistakes that have been made in grammar school. Russell Webster in the house. Good morning, Papa. Thank you for tuning in. Texas got to embrace this team. You embarrass? I don't know about that. Roberto Ramirez. Best joke ever, the Eddie Murphy, the lion and monkey joke. Classic. I'm glad you got it. But I say, so I'll date myself. I'll say that, and people don't get it. I'm like, okay, I know I can't get it. I can't rock with you like that. But every time I say it, and someone's like, "Was that Eddie Murphy? That's funny." I'm like, okay, you're pretty cool. You get it. You get me. But you know what? Great win. All right. And let's not talk about how ugly it was. Let's talk about where we can improve. See, it's about perspective. How you phrase something. Words are powerful. Words are powerful. So if you say it's a shitty win, well, you have a negative connotation. You say, hey, it was a great win, but we got a lot to work on. What sounds better? Plank, you're a fool. Goony Google, Gus. And Fishy slammed his face in the water, came out with a fish, took it out of his mouth and says, Goony Google. I said, what the? Roberto, you're right. Santos is clutch. What, 45? He had 3 field goals, a 50, 52, and like a 46, 44. Embrace every win. Like a lot of people are talking, listen to sports radio calling this morning, and some people were good. Some people were good fans. But you have some like with such a negative connotation, and as the coach, as a player, you can't have that. As fans, you can have it all you want, and that's the problem. It's all about how you say it. Great win. You know why? Because it's tough to win in this league. It's tough to win in the NFL. So any win you have is a great win. Great win. And we have a lot to work on. That's it. But the media doesn't want, a lot of the other people, the media outlets don't want to look at it that way. All right? Because when we say we got a lot to work on, yeah, we got to shore up the offensive line, as opposed to saying, this guy sucked. You can say we need a better play at the guard position. And when you say that, people know, okay, he had a bad day, which means he probably sucked. So you can say he sucked without saying he sucked. Or the center position. You guys are on a roll. You guys are stupid. Roberto Ramirez, your wife's a Bigfoot, Gus. King Booker, well, money's coming to get me. Junior, I think you're right. I think some fans love being miserable. You're right, they do. And Cornelius says some fans are doubting Caleb already, which is crazy. Again, I was Team Justin. But why are you doing this to this kid? You're turning on him after one game. One game. One game. And people are already talking ish about Caleb. One game. One game. This kid's going to come around. I feel. Should be told, I hope. This kid's going to come around. And it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be really fun to watch. Real quick, one of the things that I was a late addition to the top of the morning topics, Northern Illinois with a huge upset in South Bend, 16-14 over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Unbelievable. This is what happens when you stick together. This is what happens when you believe. This is what happens when you don't care about the outside noise. Big win. Huge win for the Northern Illinois program. It is their first win over a top 10 team in program history. Jay Grizz said, talk about coaching matters. Shout out to NIU. Yes. Roberto said, NIU, huge upset. I was crying watching coach interview. Yeah, you know what? And some people were, like, why is he crying? Like, let me tell you something. When you've done something, when you upset a top 10 team, it's not like no one's never heard of Notre Dame. You know what I mean? You didn't beat like Utah. You beat Notre Dame in Notre Dame Stadium. First time a top 10 ranked team, a top 10 team in program history. Because you don't understand the work that goes into every week of football. Most people don't know. Because if you've never done it, you don't understand the work. From a coach and a player, the work is insane, the amount of work that goes in every week for a college football game. And to have an upset that crazy is emotional. This game it's an emotional game. But I had to mention that NIU with a huge victory again, 16-14. Wow. Congrats. On my timeline, I had a whole bunch of people who went to NIU and they're pumping on their timeline. And you know what? And they should. Because if Holy Cross upset a top 5, top 10 team, hell yeah, I'd be shouting it from the mountaintops. So, anyway, man, 2 hours is coming and going. I want to say great show. I want to thank Lauren Cox for coming on talking Bears football with your guy. And I want to thank you because this chat was freaking lit this morning. Oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I'm name a couple of you, but man, I want to miss some of you, from King Booker World to Bruja 7 to Plank to Jay Grizz, my man Armando, Patty, Berlissimo checking in from across the pond, Mashun, Cornelius. I just don't want to miss Aunt Mas, Plank. I don't want to miss any of you guys. James Ford in the house. Roberto Ramirez for checking in. I appreciate it. A lot of good stuff. A lot of great stuff. You guys were active, and I loved it. So get ready. Get your ass home. Get ready for Monday Night Football. Go to Jewel on Monday. Cheap Chicken Monday. $5.99 for a whole 2 legs, 2 thighs, 2 wings, 2 breasts, 8 pieces of chicken for $5.99. If you want up it to a meal, it's another $3.99 or $4.99, whatever. That's how they get you. But anyway, get you some cheap chicken Monday. Get you the fry, because I like that breading that they have on there. Yeah, baby. And get ready for some Monday Night Football. Hey, listen, guys. Summertime Shies in the rear view, although it is making a cameo appearance this weekend. But get out there, enjoy. The weather's going to be nice. And listen, beautiful weather to go walk. Beautiful weather to go walk. Roberto asked if I got the Jets or Niners. Niners all the way. Make sure you spend some time outside. Make sure you set a list of people you want to text, people you haven't talked to in a while. Shoot them a quick text, a voice memo. I talked about it. Make sure your loved ones know you love them. All right? Make sure your loved ones know you love them. All right? When you make an effort, trust me, people know. It's not about, well, they haven't reached out to me either. Stop. We only go through this thing once, man, and to argue over petty stuff. Well, you didn't call me. I mean, if you call them 14 times, they don't get back. Okay, maybe get the hit. Maybe they're done with you. But if you both haven't reached out, be the first one to reach out. Who cares? Who cares? But all right, folks, I got to get out of here. I got to go get the warden. All right. Go Niners. I might wear my Roger Craig jersey tonight. All right. So listen, for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, Elliot Baez, our executive producer, Clarence Counselor, our social media guy, and my co-host, Adam Shamaya. Guys, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Bear the freak down. The show will be aired tonight at 6 o'clock. Make sure you stay tuned for at 12:15. Sakina. That's my friend from across the street growing up. Lakina McGee and Sydney Brown will take you on another 2-hour tour of Chicago sports. So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, guys, have a phenomenal day. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. You know what, folks? I am out.